The Bride, the Lamb's Wife, Part 2. I got cut off. For those who live according to the flesh set their minds on the matters of the flesh, but those who live according to the Spirit, the matters of the Spirit. For the mind of the flesh is death, but the mind of the Spirit is life and peace. Because the mind of the flesh is hatred towards Elohim, for it does not subject itself to the Torah of Elohim. Neither indeed is it able. Those who are in the mind of the flesh are unable to please Elohim, but you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit, if indeed the Spirit of Elohim dwells in you. And if anyone does not have the Spirit of Messiah, this one is not his. Romans chapters 8, 5 through 9 verses. The mind of the flesh is hatred toward Yahuwah, because it does not subject itself to his Torah. There are plenty of preachers who do not want anyone to submit to the Torah of Yahuwah, and they tell us this quite often. The bride was hidden, as in a field long ago. The field is the world. As a result of disobedience, the bride, Israel, Yahuwah's wife, was scattered thoroughly among the nations, driven from the land. That was the curse, and it remains in effect. The parable in Matthew chapter 13, verse 44, speaks of a treasure, lost Israel, the bride, found by a man, Yahusha, the pursuer of his bride, who brought the field, paid the ultimate price. The bride is now his property, but she remains hidden. Like Yusuf in Egypt, Yahusha will one day reveal himself to his brothers. The whole lost nation of Israel, the first work of Yahusha, involved atonement, but the second work is redemption. He is sent to seek and deliver that which was lost, and will unite the house of Yehuda, the ruling tribe, and the house of Yisrael, also called Ephraim, firstborn blessings tribe, into one stick. Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 15 through 19. The bride will be revealed on the day of redemption. For your Maker is your husband, Yahuwah of hosts is his name, and the set-apart one of Yisrael is your Redeemer. He is called the Elohim of all the earth. Isaiah chapter 54, verses 5. Read the context. Yahusha has chosen his bride, but he has not yet taken possession of her. The wedding supper is still ahead of us at future festival of Sukkot, the harvest festival we are to observe for 7 days in the fall, in Leviticus chapter 23 and Deuteronomy chapter 16. Notice in the following text the reference to a booth, tense Hebrew Sukkot, will be the time of the return of Yahusha at the harvesting of the earth. And I, Yehuchanan, saw the set-apart city, renewed Yerushalayim, coming down out of the heaven from Elohim, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the heaven saying, See, the booth of Elohim is with men, and he shall dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and his Elohim himself. And Elohim himself shall be with them, and be their Elohim. Revelations chapter 21, verses 2 and 3. Yahusha is preparing his wife so that she may be without spot or wrinkle. Again, from more texts we can see our redemption comes during the observances of the 7th month after the last shofar, or Feast of Trumpets. Now, brothers, we do not wish you to be ignorant concerning those who have fallen asleep, lest you be sad as others who have no expectation. For if we believe that Yahusha died and rose again, so also Elohim shall bring with him those who sleep in Yahusha. For this we say to you by the word of the Master, that we, the living, who are left over at the coming of the Master, shall in no way go before those who are asleep, because the Master himself shall come down from heaven with a shout, with the voice of a chief messenger, and with the shofar of Elohim, and the dead in Messiah shall rise first. Then we, the living who are left over, shall be caught away together with them in the clouds to meet the Master in the air. And so we shall always be with the Master. So encourage one another with these words. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 13 to 18. Sleep is a euphemism for death. That's EUPHEMISM. I'm not sure if I said that right.